Welcome, party leader.
Thank you, thank you.
And nobody get paid if come.
Nobody can. No rent approach. Yeah, Bob.
The better for seeing you. That's what we read in last night. How are you? The better for seeing you.
Big man. Yeah, that you?
Yes, Mr. Pandey.
My brother, how is it?
Morning, baby. I'm proud to be a PUP. I'm very proud to be a PUP.
It's moving in the center.
Ready. Be with you. God bless you. Be with you always.
My candidate, how are you?
Good. Thanks for coming.
Please, I have to be here, man.
Andy, how are you?
So where's that?
Thank you.
I don't want to see it.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Todo bien? Ya, 3 minutos.
Un poquito. No. Es María. No.
Big PUP.
Come, Papa. Yes. Deputy Party Leader. Great job.
Thank you very much, Richard. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Are we ready? Yes! Are we ready, Cayo? Yes! That's what I like to hear. I like the energy and spirit of everyone who is here with us this morning. I want to thank all of you for coming out here this morning to support our great party and to support our very, very, very good candidate, Richard Harrison, here in Cayo North. Thank you, my friends, for coming from all different parts of the country because you believe in the People's United Party and because you believe in Richard Harrison. Yeah. My friends, we are here, Richard, because we know that you will make a difference in the lives of the people of Cayo North. We know that you will serve the people of Cayo North. And I know you have been visiting with people, you have been walking with with the people, you have been talking with the people, you have been sharing with them your vision, your plans for Cayo North, but you have also been listening to them and hearing them and listening to their concerns and the challenges that they face in their daily lives. So we in the People's United Party, my brothers and sisters, we understand the many serious challenges facing Belize. We understand the many serious problems facing the people of Cayo North. And we are here to work with the people of Cayo North. And Richard Harrison will be our representative under the People's United Party to deliver the people of Cayo North. So we are proud of Richard. We are proud to stand with him. We are proud to fight with him. We are proud to support him. Now, my friends, when you leave from here and you go to your communities and you go to your neighborhoods, talk to your family members, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, because a vote for the UDP in this election is a vote for Elvin Penna. Don't forget that. It is a vote for Penna. It is a vote to continue to cover up the corruption of Elvin Penna. Elvin Penna today continues to sit in the National Assembly. He sits in the National Assembly representing the people of Cayo. And the people of Cayo should be outraged that this man continues to sit in the National Assembly representing you and collecting money in the name of the people of Cayo. Remember that. It's a very serious matter. This is a man who under the UDP sold our Belizean identity, sold your identity to a criminal sitting in a jail in Taiwan. That is what Elvin Penna and the UDP did on behalf of the people of Cayo. So we must never forget that. He has disgraced Cayo, he has disgraced Belize, and he is a UDP Cayo representative. So when Figueroa and the UDP come to your house campaigning over the Christmas holidays, you ask them, what is it you're going to do about Elvin Penna? Why is Elvin Penna not in jail? You ask them to answer that question. It's a very, very important matter. And people must understand, the people of Cayo North must understand that when they go to vote, if they take money from the UDP and they go and vote for the UDP, what they are saying to Belize and what they are saying to UDP is, we don't care about corruption. We don't care what the UDP does. It is okay for them to continue to hurt Belize and to disgrace Belize. So we must take that message to every home in Cayo North. A vote for the UDP, a vote for Figueroa is a vote of confidence for Mr. Barrow and corruption, continuing the cover-up and continuing corruption. Finally, my brothers and sisters, we have exactly 21 days. 21 days left before this election on January 5th. It will be 3 Mondays from now. 3 Mondays from now, we will be going to the polls to elect a new representative for Cayo North. And so we have to work hard. We have to work hard. Those of you who believe in the PUP, those of you who believe in Richard Harrison, you have to get out there and work. Believing in him and hoping that he wins is not enough. You have to get out there and fight for victory. You have to go out there and walk every single day for the next 21 days to deliver this victory for the People's United Party and for Richard Harrison. So our party is depending on all of you. We have to stand together. We have to fight together. The entire eyes of our nation are on Cayo North. The country is looking at Cayo North, my friends. We must not let the people of Belize down. They are depending on us to deliver a victory. They are depending on us to begin the change that Belize needs. So my friends, God bless all of you. Thank you for being here. Let us go and nominate our candidate.
I'm Marcelo Windsor. I'm the returning officer for this by-election. And Harrison, what I would appreciate is the 6 persons who are nominating you, along with yourself, and maybe about a dozen of your supporters, they can come and witness.
This is all we have here. So we have the 6 plus the chairman and party and myself. So we're ready.
You're right. All right, come on.
They haven't signed it, they are sitting in front.
Okay, what I need is Mr. Renemai, you're like, you're from the Cayo North, right? There's just procedures that we What's the number on the number? 705, 22. 22. What number of voters from the vote? 146. 079. Just hold it. I repeat, 146. 079. Passport number is
3015801.
Mr. May, you mind signing this for me?
I can give you this so you can start on the second name. It's the same thing. And Mr. Windsor, at my age, I kind of forgetful. We know that you are the returning officer, but we don't have any other names. I'll be very grateful if, for purposes of transparency, if we can get the other names and the
Sure,
other people.
no problem. Cindy Hines. I gave you back
And your
your.
role in this election, your role today.
They're just assisting me.
Are they election clerks?
They are, yeah.
They are election clerks and they will be on the list.
Yes, please.
1
1470. Then I have Felix Ramon Quiroz.
70. Felix Ramon Quiroz.
146716.
Passport number T0222447.
Earl Derek Kelly.
Earl
10102.
Well, thank you so much. Now, Mr. Harrison, your name here appears as Richard Sidney Harrison. Okay, we have a road, this is mine, and that is the date of birth as well. I want to ask if you assent to the above nomination. 6 people have actually nominated you. And you assent to this?
I didn't want the Sydney because that's how it's going to appear in the ballot box.
Yeah.
I didn't want the
Oh,
Sydney
that's
there.
good that you tell me.
Okay, we have the ballot box on this form.
Oh,
I just wanted to be simple Richard Harrison.
Richard Harrison, that's all we know it is.
Yes.
So, in that case, I also want to ask you, sorry, in that case, what I want is we can pull this, right? This is your surname as though you want to be included in the ballot itself, right? Your address, your office that you're actually seeking for, and also the color, what color will you be wearing, which in your case I believe is blue, but that needs to be a blue material. Blue light?
This is what was sent to us. All of what is missing from this here is the color blue. This is what was sent to us this morning, and he has.
This is something,
It's administrative. This is purely administrative. So what I'm saying is that this is what was sent to us. This has already been done. All we need to do is put the color on everybody. And then we need to know that this has been done. And
for my purposes, I think this is
then you can go ahead and pick it up.
and I'll use this Richard.
Yes, of course.
So the office will be North here. The color is blue, right?
PUP blue, Pacific blue.
Blue Pacific blue.
Not PUP blue, everybody know PUP blue.
That's our white here.
Just to confirm, Mr. Returning Officer, he is the duly sworn in candidate and he was in that form.
my purpose. And I'll put you to inside there. That's what the part is known. So we go back again to the assent to the nomination. We have taken into account that you do not want signature to be included in the ballot paper, but I need your signature.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Ms. Harrison, and congratulations, and I wish you the very best.
Thanks very much.
I wish you the best. Thanks very much.
Mr. Harrison, you've been nominated now. Are you ready for January 5th?
We're getting there. We'll be ready by January 5th, definitely. We're going to have a victory here.
What are the issues facing Cayo North that you're campaigning on?
Well, I have noticed that there are basically three principal issues. The first and foremost is that how the dollar for the families is not stretching far enough. Too many people are finding it hard to make ends meet. And that has a reason behind it. The second one is the high rate of unemployment. There are a few people in a household that are working and having to feed, clothe, and shelter, a number of people other than themselves. So that's a burden caused by unemployment. This is what leads to the first problem, which is the stretching of the family budget. And then the third one, and very significant so, is the infrastructure problem, right? We have the UDP have invested and developed a small percentage of the division's infrastructure, and we're happy for it. But the vast majority, 90% of the area's infrastructure is left dilapidated, especially in the extremes of San Ignacio has grown 3 to 4 times over the last 10 years. So, those new areas, they are pretty much left abandoned and in really dilapidated state, especially Bullet Tree as well, which is our only village. So those are the three principal problems that I find.
Sir, how would you answer the criticism that you only have about a few hundred people here, and of that, more than 50% appear to be from outside the division? I would say as much as 75%.
Well, it's just like if you count the banners on the lampposts, it's the same thing.
It's not the same, sir.
It is the same
those
thing.
Those don't vote, people vote. And when you don't have people, you don't have vote.
Well, the thing is that how you need resources, and today is a Monday, people have to go to work. The People's United Party represents the working men and women of Belize, and we respect that they have to go to work today. We are happy that this crowd took their time out to be here with us. We respect them and thank them for coming out.
Will you be put back if the UDP show up, as you would expect them to? Because we know that they're rolling in money right now, by their own description. If they show up with 4 or 5 times the number that you have out here?
I wouldn't be phased at all. I wouldn't be phased. We're going to have a solid victory in Cayo North in January 5th. I'm certain.
Now that you've had the opportunity to be on the ground, what's the message that you're telling the people?
Well, basically, the People's United Party is a party of the working men and women of Belize. And this party is a party that has a track record, and we are going to bring back the original PUP to this country. And it starts now with Cayo North. Cayo North is sending a signal. This is not an election only about Cayo North. This is an election that will have impact on the municipal elections and also on the general elections to come. So this is the first domino that will fall. This is the first domino, and we'll deliver the seat on January 5th.
Now, Mr. Harrison, you've mentioned about the things that you say that you're campaigning on. You pointed out 3, I take it. If you win Cayo North, what difference does it make? There is a UDP central government. How can you deliver on what you're promising?
Well, first of all, we haven't promised anything. What we have done is created a draft plan of ideas. This is completely different. The people of Cayo North are not used to getting representatives that ask for their vote and at the same time give them a menu of different potential things that we can do to develop the area. Now, I have come up with a strategy, a three-prong, a tripod I call it, right? It's basically the growing of the value of the tourism of our area, the growing of the agribusiness, mining and forestry area, and then the creation and growth of the service sector in health, education, and technology. So on this tripod is where I have developed a list, a menu of development options that we have for this area, and at least we're getting the people to discuss these options and to debate them. And if the people really don't like 1 or 2 of those options, we'll take it out. But the thing is that how when we reach the government, we will have people behind our plan, and that's completely different. The other person doesn't have a plan. Yeah.
What do you tell people when they ask you why they should vote for you and not for the UDP?
Well, you know, I have a track record myself. This country has been growing based on government expenditure, borrow and spend, and not based on long-term private sector jobs. You can see it right here. The only things that have been invested in San Ignacio and the Cayo North area is the small infrastructure projects, like, for example, the bridge and that Joseph Andrews Drive. Those are government projects that create short-term jobs for the people. They are not long-term solutions to the economy of Belize. The economy of Belize has to go towards private sector growth. And that's where I stand. That's where I have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge in what are the policy changes that Belize needs to make in order to turn this country around in favor of the private sector and the creation of long-term jobs and opportunity, especially for the young people.
Sir, I've read where you have said that GST should be abolished.
I didn't say that.
That was my interpretation. What is your position on GST and the thousands of public officers that it pays?
I believe that the GST is an important tax. First of all, how did it come about? When the government proposed the concept of moving from income taxes on individuals and companies towards a consumption-based tax. That's where the GST came from. First it was VAT, and then they changed it to the GST. Thing is that under the PUP it was 10%, the UDP raised it to 12.5%. Okay? Now, this thing has a lot of exemptions to it. Only 35 to 45% of the consumption of the country is being charged GST. And the balance, the majority of consumption is not being charged GST. So this causes a major imbalance in the distribution and the revenue source. So what I have proposed, and very clearly so, is that all taxes should be lower and they should be balanced across all shoulders equally. That's something that we need to do to create a fair and balanced distribution of wealth in the country.
So, but some shoulders can't take it. That's why the exemptions for things that poor people eat, very sadly, have to eat ramen, sausage. That's why those things are exempted. But you're saying those should not be exempted.
The government has this assumption that you're making is a false assumption. It has been proven. The government of Belize in April 1st, April Fool's Day, 2010, they said they will lower the cost of living no matter what. Remember that?
Okay.
And then they proceeded to lower the import duties on certain goods, destroying my business too, and removing GST on a lot of items, including ramen, destroying the rice industry, forcing people to eat ramen instead of rice. Okay? So the lowering of these things, the exemption of these things does not cause a reduction in cost of living. In fact, what has happened, you can tell it from 2010 to now, the cost of living has gone up, even after they have reduced those things. So it is proven that those policies are very erroneous. They are very poorly calculated. No, I am saying that how the GST should be reduced from 12.5% to 10% and charged across the board, level across all products and services. That's what I'm proposing.
Come against the UDP in this election?
Well, this is Cayo North, you know, and so the election is both national as well as local. So we are using the two-prong approach. You know, we are talking about national issues. For example, the people are very concerned with corruption. Corruption is a big thing in the people's mind. The people are seeing that how, you know, a few people are getting rich, and the majority of people are being left out. You can walk around San Ignacio, and you will see we are a town that likes to light up for Christmas. You know, when you drive around San Ignacio in the night right now, you will see a few houses well lit up, and the rest of people in darkness, and that reflects the economy. That reflects the fact that how this economy that is working right now is a special interest economy. We need to bring back the People's United Party and hand this country back to the workers of Belize. That's my work. That's what I want to do here. That's the reason why I'm here.
Sir, how much of a factor in your campaign is the issue of financing? We know, as I said earlier, the UDP boasts about how much money they have at their disposal, but we know that right now the PUP is going through a special period, let's say. Is that going to be a factor? Because not that you're buying votes, but in order to make a campaign work, you need money for signs, money to pay campaigners, this sort of thing.
Well, if you have the resources of the government available to you, and you use it illegally, because I don't see how politicians should have their hand in the resources of the government revenues to use on electing themselves. Again, that's almost like settling into a dictatorship, wouldn't you say?
Yeah! I